Hey, hi Aishwarya. Hello.
Hi, hi, Vasu.
Yeah. Hey Aishwarya. One minute. Yeah. Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Vasu.
Yes. So how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Aishwarya. Okay. And yeah, Aishwarya, I think we can get started with the interview. Okay. Um, So I'm just skipping the self intro part since I know about you already, and we can start with our actual interview. So the first question is: so what are the things you have on a DOR? Can you just tell me some examples?
So, yeah, DOR is a definition of ready. So, it is the entry criteria. It is the entry criteria. So, what we'll do in the DOR is like we have the sprint planning and what are all the sprint goal which has been set. So, these are all the things that we'll do in the DOR to make this process for the sprint.
Okay, is it only for sprint planning or?
No, sprint planning and also the for the product backlog refinement.
Okay, I asked some examples, right? Yeah, can you just tell?
Examples for
DOR.
DOR.
Yes.
The examples for the DOR is I'm not very sure.
Okay. 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 And what is the difference between a TDD and BDD? Mm,
TDD, both are the development technique. So TDD is referred as test-driven development. It is mainly focused on the implementation of the feature, and BDD is the behavior-driven development. So it is the development technique which is mainly focused on the system behavior. So both are the agile engineering.
okay. Can you tell some tools uh, or some format in which BDD and TDD is conducted? Mm.
Sorry.
Okay, can you tell some tools
Hmm.
used for BDD and TDD?
Tools which is used for
Mm,
TDD.
mm, mm.
Mm,
Okay, no issues. Okay. Mm, let me move to the next question. 1 minute. Okay. So, what are the engineering practices you follow in your project?
Yeah, we follow TDD, BDD, and pair programming and refactoring and swarming. These, I mean, etc. We have some more.
Okay. Um, what do you mean by cross-functional and self-organizing team?
So yeah, the cross-functional. It is as the name indicates, the developers, all the developments should also have the cross-functional skill to have the testing things, because when we have an absence or any kind of scenario where we have to do the other work also. So this is very important for the development team to have a cross-functional skills. And self-organizing is nothing but the team should manage themselves for everything, like for start from the planning or for anything. They have to be self-organized. They don't expect. I mean, they need not to be expected. The Scrum Master or the product owner should come and tell the process or any events that should be taken by taken care by themselves, which shows they are the self-organized team.
Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. So, coming back to the next question. So, what does your sprint report contain?
Sprint report. It contains the number of completed works, and it also have an opportunity for the next sprint review or retrospective. So I think these are all the things that will contain the sprint report.
Okay. One minute. One minute. Okay. What is the swarming?
Swarming is one of the agile engineering tool, but I haven't experienced about some.
Okay. Okay. So, what is a smart goal?
Sorry,
Smart goal. Smart goal.
smart goal.
Yeah. Have you heard about the term smart? Yes, MART.
Yeah,
Smart.
yeah, I heard about it, but smart board. What does it mean? I don't.
Okay, okay, no issues. Hmm. Okay. So, how do you manage risk in your project?
We the risk management is basically categorized for the Rome approach. So, which is resolve, accept, own, and mitigate. So, it is basically reducing the risk. So, we follow the Rome.
Okay. Okay, I think about 1 minute. 1 minute. Raghu is trying to join the meeting, it seems, so I'm trying to help. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. So, what is the role of a product owner in a project?
Product owner. So he's the one who give us the initiative, and he give us the product backlog items. So first, during the planning, sprint planning, he'll be the one who facilitate the meeting itself, and he will get the inputs from the Scrum Master and also the developer team, and he's the one who reports. After the sprint gets over, he's the one who reports to back to the stakeholders, and whatever the things that we need to discuss from Scrum Master side and the developer side, he's act like a bridge, and he'll convey to the stakeholders. So these are all the roles that he's mainly playing under the product.
Okay. Okay. So, how would you coordinate between multiple teams for a dependency?
So we'll coordinate through the Scrum of Scrums SOS, because when we had a dependency from any other team, we'll make sure that the team also have the correct phase of working thing that will satisfy our team development progress in the project also. So what we'll do in the SOS is, the Scrum Master from one team will also interact with have a meeting kind of a thing with the other team Scrum Master. So they basically discuss about the progress of the project, and once they done on the from their side, once they're since we are depending on the result of the other team also. Once they are fine with the project and the progress is fine, then they'll have the handover to us, and we'll further develop in our project, and then it'll end up in the good completion on the project. So this is come under the dependence.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay. So, can you explain sprint review?
Sprint review.
Yes.
So yeah, this will happen on the last day of the sprint. So I mean 10th day of the sprint. So we can further categorize this meeting into 3 W's. That is why, when, and who. So in why, what is the purpose of this meeting? This meeting is having a purpose of discussing about the what went wrong, what went well in this during the sprint, and everything will be discussed, and the um, uh, the main point is to whether the team has achieved the sprint goal, and when this will happen for 2 hours on the last day of the sprint, and under why, I mean who, the PO is the person who facilitate this meeting. In this meeting we'll have a development team, Scrum Master, and as well as the main person is the stakeholder. So the PO will further discuss about the how the sprint went, and what is the sprint goal, whether the sprint goal has been achieved by the team, and he or she make sure that all the output has been explained to the stakeholders, and once the stakeholder is fine with it, then they'll give the project as done, and this is how the sprint review will go.
Okay. So, can you tell some differences between epic and a user story?
Yeah. Epic is a larger larger story requirement, and user story is a smaller business requirement. So the epic will be calculated under t-shirt sizing method, and for user stories, we can calculate using planning poker, which is based on the Fibonacci series method. So both things. I mean, the epic is one task. That will be further divided into user stories. So the epic will be done within 1 quarter or not more than 1 quarter, and the user story can be completed within one sprint, that is 2 weeks. So these are the main differences between the epic.
Okay, good. So, what is a MVP?
Is a minimum viable product. It is the basic requirement that is needed for the product.
Okay. 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 So consider a scenario. One of the team member is insisting on providing the estimation in hours only. Okay, and not in
Okay.
story points. So how will you handle the situation as a Scrum Master?
Yeah. First of all, estimating the story points in hours will not give us a good results, because when we consider one person, on an average, if we calculate a day, which is 8 hours of work, but if you calculate one person can be working in 1 hour, completed in 2 hours, and the other person. So on the average, we can just calculate by story points itself instead of hours. So what I'll do is I'll first of all sit with the person who's telling to calculate in an hours, and first I'll get the input why they are telling this to calculate in the hours, and then I'll get the inputs from them and analyze what made them to react in this way. And then as a Scrum Master, tell them or teach them how this is important in calculating in a story point view. So I'll just compare both the things, and I'll try to convince them in this manner, so that it will be easy for us to calculate also. So that is how I'll handle the situation.
Okay.
And also, adding to the point, if it is estimating via story points, it will be easy for us to have a relative estimation. That is, if the same sorry same kind of a project that we previously used, or the same kind of the story points which you already taken, this will help us to have a discussion time shorter. So we plan, like, if at all we have a previous you know sto- previous print in 8 story points, we can complete. If it is in the same pattern, we can just complete in saying just 8 story point is enough. So this will shorter the period. So that is also will be helpful.
Okay. Okay. So how do you track impediment in your project?
Impediment we can track in the Jira tool itself. We can track in the Confluence tracker. Um, we have a separate table where we can for just to note down all the impediments which has been happened during the sprint, so that it will not I mean, when you have a track on that, for the next sprint it will be helpful for us to clear it and then follow the next sprint. So you can use it in the Confluence material.
Okay. Okay. So, so why should we have these Scrum ceremonies when the consider that you're working in a team and the team is delivering the product regularly? Okay. So why should we have the ceremonies in that case?
It is though the team is delivering, the project correctly, but we should have a proper track on the project progress. So this events, what you call as events or ceremonies, which will help us to have a as a Scrum Master or even the Scrum team itself to have a proper track on the thing, and with the help of the Jira tickets and everything, we have a transparency over the progress of the project. So once the sprint started on the day one, and we had a discussion, and the next day we used to have an event called PBR, where we discuss about the product backlog refinement, and that will happen for 1 hour. The next immediate 3 days we'll have only the stand-up meetings, where we can see the the developer team itself can see the progress, and what are the things which has been completed and everything. And we have a burn down charts inside the Jira tool, where we can see the completed works and everything. So there is a progress, though you're not in the team, or though you are um, you're not followed up everything is everything has been recorded at the tracker. And such ceremonies will help you to further grow for the next sprint also, as a retrospective or review what are all the things which has been discussed in the current sprint. So this will help us to have a time saver, and as well as the tracking. Tracking can be even easy when compared to the normal thing. When we had the ceremonies kind of thing, it will be helpful for the teams as well.
Okay. Okay, good. 1 minute. Okay. So, so, 1 minute. Coming back. So why? Okay. So consider your team is having an unstable velocity. Okay. And they are failing to meet the committed deadlines. Okay. So what may be the reason according to you?
Uh, According to me, when we had a velocity planning, we'll be considering all the people, leaves, planned leaves, and any other trainings that they are going to have, or any other, any other works that they are committed with any other teams. So these are all will be, first of all, take it for the consideration when we plan for the velocity. And there is an uncertainty in the velocity planning, which is unplanned leaves, or any other sick leaves or something like that, which will end up maybe if the person is not if the person is committed. Say for example, one advisor from my team, one person has agreed to work on the whole week. So I would have planned for the whole week for them for the 6 hours. But suddenly, due to some other reason, they fall sick, or they had emergency for 1 week, so that work would be pending. But I try my level best to handle my team to accommodate themselves with having taking up the pending works also. But still, it will not be easy for a whole week taking up others' work. It will not be easy, right? So that may be the reason that the velocity or the works has been pending.
Okay. Okay. So consider okay. Consider a user story is lacking the final design. Okay. So the final design itself, there is some lag, and we have a separate team for design, and that team is promising to deliver on day 2 of the sprint. Okay.
Okay.
See, you're working on a 2 week sprint, and in the you're having some dependency with the other team. That means the design team, and they are telling like, you can go ahead with the sprint, and we will deliver on day 2 of the sprint. And PO is agreeing to that. Okay, and PO is trying to push the story into the sprint backlog.
Mm.
Okay, so what will be your step on this?
What? Can you repeat? What?
Okay, I'm asking. See, product owner is trying to. The product owner is agreeing that okay, the design team is telling that we will deliver on day 2, and product owner is accepting that, and then
Okay.
he or she is trying to pull that story into the sprint backlog. Okay,
Mm.
so what will be your action, or what will be your suggestion as a Scrum Master in this time?
So yeah, okay. When we had for the particular sprint, when we had a dependency from the designer team, and if the product owner is agreed that the designer team delivers us the on the second day, and if he's trying to include this in the sprint backlog, um, I'll make him to first understand the dependency from the other team. After once, see for me, if you're saying the situation, I'll say after the design team come up with gives us the designs, then we'll start the sprint backlog planning so that it will be easy for us to have the proper progress in the project. So that is how I'll try to make him understand the thing.
Okay. Okay. So, what is the typical age of a product backlog item according to you?
Typical
Typical age of a product backlog item. So we
age.
have many stories, right? Many stories in a product backlog, right? So, uh, what do you think that will be an age of a product backlog item? I know like this is a little bit tricky question, but just I'm asking, trying to get your point.
What is the maximum age
Yeah.
for product backlog item? I think it is for one quarter. I don't know whether
Okay.
it's like
Okay. 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 No issues. So, moving to the next. So, what are the various retrospective formats you know?
various retrospective.
Retrospective format.
So in the retrospective, we use different methods like sailboat and start, stop, continue methods. So this will help us to find out what went wrong, what was good, and what we need to follow, or what we need to start doing for the next sprint. So basically, for me in my team, I'll suggest the people to come with the start, stop, continue method, so that I'll get the input from the developer team, and then I'll proceed with the retrospect.
Okay. Okay. Good. So, one minute. So coming back, so what is the difference between Agile and a Kanban?
Agile is a methodology. Kanban is a process and plus method. So this is the basic difference. And in Agile, we have a lightweight frameworks and heavyweight frameworks, and Kanban is one of the lightweight framework under the agile process.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So what is a throughput?
What is?
A throughput. Throughput.
Yeah, throughput is one of the metric that is used in the Kanban. It is calculated what are all the works done during the particular period. I'll give you with an example. Say for say in my team, I mean, in my team, the people who worked on the 5 days have delivered the story points like 3, 5, 8, again 3, 5. So if the sum of all these 5 days, which is divided by the average 5 days, is equal to the throughput which we get on the particular period. So it is basically a metric which is being calculated for the delivery of the works which is done on the particular period.
Okay. Good. So can you tell some agile anti-patterns you know?
Ajay, anti-pattern.
Anti-patterns. Yeah.
No. Not.
Okay. Okay. So do you think a Scrum Master can also be a product owner?
Yes, a Scrum Master can also be the product owner.
Okay. So in Jira, where do you see Scrum board?
Scrum board. In the project name where you have an tab called Scrum board. Under the project name, you have a sub category called create a Scrum board, or if at all if you're creating it new, you can just go with that. Or if you've already been created, you can see in the left side with this, by selecting the project name. Since you should have more one or two projects are there. So for example, project A, if you want to see the Scrum board, you can just click the project A, and then you can go and see
Okay.
the Scrum board,
Okay.
and you also can create a Kanban board on that.
Okay. Okay. No issues. Okay. Moving to the next question. So how do you add a team member? Consider a new team member is joining your team. Okay.
Okay.
So how will you add them to your Jira project?
How will I add a member? No, I
Okay.
don't.
Okay. 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 So how do you create a new page in Confluence?
In the Confluence tracker, we can have a column called create a table. So you can just click on that. It will create a new page in the Confluence tracker.
Okay. Okay. I'm good, Aishwarya. Fine. So do you have any questions for me? We have like 1 minute left. Yeah.
Um, no, based on your feedback, it will help me to grow further.
Sure.
So
Sure. I will.
request only.
Okay. Uh, okay. Thank you,